Hi, this is Dr. Ted Lin. I'm going to start doing YouTube videos about the coronavirus. This kind of started out as just on my Facebook page, just telling my friends and family about what may be going on and give them relevant information. Start creating a Facebook page to refer their friends and family. And the feedback that I've gotten was maybe start creating some YouTube videos just because I think a lot of people don't like reading through a lot of analyses, and video is a lot easier for a lot of people to digest and process. So some of the people who don't know me have been asking about my credentials. So just real briefly, I have a degree in biochemistry and molecular biology as my undergrad degree. I got my medical degree from Georgetown University School of Medicine. I am family medicine board certified. I also have additional fellowship training in sports medicine. Early part of my career, I spent a good 15 years doing a lot of locums work. So I was a doctor for hire. I worked at a lot of different locations. Rural medicine, primary care, hospitalist, emergency room, urgent care, aesthetics. So really, I kind of feel like I have a pretty good grasp in terms of what the U.S. healthcare system can offer and what are possible advantages and disadvantages we have moving forward with COVID. And I really kind of cut my teeth doing full scope family medicine in these small rural towns. I would go in for 10, 15 days and work just work full scope. So which means, if you came into a clinic, you saw me. If there was someone in the ER, clinic would stop. I would go see the patients in the ER. If someone needed to get admitted, I would admit the patient, take care of them there, and discharge them. I would do the follow-up in the clinic as well. That was a steep learning curve because I took care of the patient in its entirety. If they weren't too critical, if they didn't need to get transferred out to a bigger hospital, I took care of them. And then when you have a lot of patients coming through, and if you're working for 10, 15 days straight, working 24/7, taking care of literally the entire hospital, you learn pretty quick in terms of how to utilize your resources and how to get people better quick, without them getting sick again. So, I think overall, I think part of the reason why COVID was, kind of got on my radar and caught my attention was because I have this experience and with resource utilization. And I think with this process, that's probably going to be the biggest issue. When this first started, I have to admit, when I first heard this from China, did not think much of it. Coronaviruses are pretty common. Common cold, that's most of us in medicine kind of know it as. And it really didn't get on my radar until one of my friends, he's a hedge fund manager. And we talk a lot about biotech, kind of stocks and whatnot. So he texts me and he's like, hey, kind of jokingly, do I need to start stocking up on N95s and hoard food and whatnot? And I laughed. I texted him back and said, hey, it's unfortunate that modern medicine has prevented nature from thinning out a dangerous species like humans. And then, he asked me if I was if I was running the healthcare in China, what would cause me to recommend the government to essentially shut everything down. And I think that's when this really got my attention, probably about 2 weeks ago, was when my friend kind of started giving me early data for China's, February, manufacturing and production. I mean, everything was dropped to pretty much zero. So kind of from there, for China to really shut everything down, I think was a big warning sign, was a big red flag to be like, hey, what is going on over there that we're not seeing? So we delved into a lot of early data through, kind of anything that was being published, Lancet, JAMA, WHO. And the other thing that we also combined was that we started searching Twitter feeds. My friend is really good at pulling in Twitter feeds. So he would pull in these feeds and I would kind of analyze it because by the time something gets published, it's really behind the eight ball. And Twitter it's amazing because it really gives you a glimpse and insight of what's going on in a particular location. So, using Twitter, Reddit, we start getting more of a clear picture in terms of what may be going on, and this might be a lot more serious than we think. And we just kind of held our breath because we figured, man, once cases were going on in Italy, Italy would confirm China's numbers just because it's not communist, democracy. We're going to get a lot more data from Italy. We kind of held our breath, and when the early reports were coming out of Italy, we were very concerned. And I think that's when I started, kind of writing more about COVID on my Facebook page, and really today it's blown up. A lot of cancellations, closings, MBA schools, and whatnot. So I'm going to hope to do is to really put out some useful and practical information for everybody. Hey, don't panic. It is kind of what it is. This is not going to be, the end of the world kind of thing. And I'll explain why through, just pathophys and how coronavirus works and how this one works and why it's, more of a concern. But hey, it's not the end of the world. There is no need to panic. I think a lot of medical professionals have not really went out there to reveal kind of maybe what the concern was in fears of causing panic. But I think for those of us who work in a small town, we understand kind of what panic is, right? Panic is when you tell someone, for example, that this is only the flu, and then your population figures out that this isn't. That's when they trust you, and and then the situation changes. I think that's where panic happens, right? When people start finding out, man, this is a lot more serious. This could affect someone I love. So my job, I think, is to let people know as much knowledge as possible and how to handle and deal with this. For any of you that are kind of scientists, in the medical field, any information that you could send me, that'd be great. If you guys have any sort of questions, please comment down below in the comments. I will try and reply to everybody as much as I can. I've been getting the same questions, right? So, whatever that you ask, someone will probably get some benefit from that answer if you put it just down in the comments. And spread the word. If you like these videos, please subscribe. Hit the like button. It does help apparently get the word out. So I would appreciate that. And give me some feedback or kind of what you guys want to know and learn about and what would be useful to you. So good luck. And as always, I'll do my best to teach and let you guys know what's important and what's not, and filter through all that crap that they have on the media. Okay? Thanks.